Hey, hey Zach, did you see Richard earlier? He looked kind of pissed.
Yeah, do you know what that was about?
I just heard that his new intern. Oh, uh, wait. Oh, hold on 1 second. Did you? Hey, did you
Hmm?
start recording already?
Yeah, why?
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. All right, let's go then.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sushi-To-Go presents Cracking Open a Cold One with the boys over Battlefront 2 gameplay.
So I think we should intro and mention uh just kind of go like, hey guys, welcome back to cracking open a cold one. In parentheses with the boys. Today we're gonna be talking about a few things here, and hopefully in the background there should be some Battlefront 2 footage. If there's no unfortunate accidents that our support staff will meet with. So yeah, I think we're gonna kind of get started here, talking about the new additions to media that we have. If Nathan wants to talk about that briefly here.
Well, real quick, I just wanted to first bring up, hooray! This is our first actual cracking open the cold one, the first official one under the name.
Yeah, because we
Um,
kind of discussed it previously, but we weren't able to.
yeah, we left the last one as kind of the last bastion of the quote unquote commentary. Um, but yeah, so that's anyway. I just wanted to point that out. Welcome to cracking open a cold one for sure, or officially this time. But yeah. But as Zach mentioned, I did want to talk about something, or talk about the fact that we are now on Twitter, um, which is kind of neat. I don't love Twitter as a platform, but as far as like making announcements and interacting with people, it's probably one of the best there is. So we're now on there, and we'll try to be posting a little bit more regularly than on Instagram. Though I think I'm probably going to be the only one maybe on. I guess we didn't talk about this. I don't know if you even wanted to use our Twitter.
I don't know. I mean, Twitter's a great platform, and I sure hope that out there on Reddit somewhere, there's.
Um, but yeah, you want to. Okay, so you're wanting to use the Twitter a bit though. That is good. I couldn't remember if you had something where you like were diehard against getting on Twitter at all, but
Yeah, I do
I don't know.
not have my own personal Twitter, but I'm a big fan
Sure.
of screaming into the uncaring void. So
That is a nice. It's a good hobby.
it really
Um,
is.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, cool. So we'll both be posting on Twitter. We'll I'll try to post fairly regularly though, and so that it seems like we're alive at least. A little bit more than our Instagram or YouTube upload schedule necessarily um, would indicate.
And I'll try to
Um,
post as infrequently and at as random times as possible. So when you do see a Twitter post at like 1:47 a.m., that's probably me.
yep. Actually, speaking of which, though, both our Instagram and our Twitter, the handles are at Sushi-To-Go Gaming, just all spelled out. You can find us fairly easily. Um, and then our Discord, as well as everything else, is always linked in the bottom of our videos or in the Linktree link in our bios. Um, so you can always get to that. Discord, we're trying to grow, so it's a little bit small right now, but yeah, come hang out with us, follow us, see what kind of crap we post.
Yeah, so I think we were just
Do you want to
gonna
enter the?
just gonna yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, if we're
Sorry.
just gonna kind of mention yeah, that we were able to get a Life is Strange video out, but it kind of took a while, mainly because there's a lot of things going on right now.
Yeah, and I do take full responsibility for that. That is all on me. I was the one editing the video. So when did we record that?
That
It was before we left.
that would be months ago? Question mark.
Is that April?
Yeah, it would have been probably
Yeah.
around April.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we recorded it in a timely manner. In fact, we recorded it a little bit early, hoping that I would be able to get the editing done and get it out for the next month. But yeah, that did not happen. So yeah, there was a lot going on. Specifically for me, I ended up getting super depressed and lacked any motivation to do anything whatsoever, especially edit something large like the Life is Strange video, which is why I ended up taking so long with it, and that depression probably lasted a good 3 months or so straight of just being super down in the dumps. I'm starting to lift out of that, so I'm actually able to get started on editing a little bit earlier than I was before. But I don't know. That's just kind of what's been going on with me. How have you been handling the transition back, Zach?
I don't know. I'd say it's been rough, but mostly just because as soon as I'm back, I'm just working, and that's just pretty much my life currently. So,
Yeah.
you know, and there is time for emotions, you know, and that time is between the times of like 5 and 6 a.m. That's the golden hour, or like in between like probably like 3 and 4 a.m. Those are the times when I'm not working and can feel something. So, you know, those early morning feels.
Yeah. Well, and I also don't. I mean, your work schedule's nuts, man. I don't understand really how you do it. I work fairly standard hours. I'm for the most part 9 to 5. But what is your schedule currently?
So I'm working 50 hours a week, but the issue is a lot of them block off like all the standard days most people are off. So like when someone would get off like a 9 to 5, I will have like roughly 2 hours or like 2 to 3 hours, because I normally get off at like 6 or things like that, and then I'll have like a couple hours, and then I'll go back into my second job, and then I'll get home at like any time from like 3 to 6 a.m. So it's, yeah, so I do have off days, kind of, but it's only like from one job at a time. So yeah, I mean, it's survivable. You know, it's not the worst.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean that's kind of the main thing, right? Well, and you've got a specific goal in mind, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking of, I decided to save a ton of money, so now I'm, you know, got to think about that Roth IRA at a young age.
Heck yeah, man.
That kind of sounds good. I don't have one. I am definitely looking at getting one, though.
Fair enough. I should be looking at that stuff. I have not been yet.
Okay, guys, this is an official Kraken Open a Cold One with the boys in parentheses advice piece. Please do invest early. That is just number one. Invest early. Don't invest all in one thing. Do like a Roth IRA or diversified stocks. Like do something safe and early. Because I mean, like keeping things in banks, the interest in a bank doesn't keep up with inflation. So technically putting your money in a bank is losing you money. So
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with him, even though I don't know about that stuff very much, so I can't promise that it's good advice. if I recall correctly, though, that's stuff that I've heard before. So
Yeah, diversified stock
Um,
is long term better than a bank. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's obviously, even with diversified stock, it's never a good idea to buy when the market's high, which the market is super volatile right now. So don't do anything right now. Just wait. It will recover eventually. Especially if you live in the US, then everything is inflated. Do not buy anything.
it's also difficult because you see right now, especially over the last year, there's been all these incredibly volatile, but like hot button investment opportunities, I guess you would call
Yeah,
them.
especially in like crypto.
Yeah, the crypto market, where it's like, yes, there are a lot of people who are getting a lot of money, but there are also way more who are losing way more.
Yeah, because that's how it works. It's the people who are getting all the money are getting it from the people who are losing it. But also crypto just took a
Right.
crash because China pulled out completely from cryptocurrencies and they banned all cryptocurrencies because they couldn't control it. So even Bitcoin lost tons of money. So, because just several billion people of market share just disappeared. So, well, I mean, not several
Huh.
billion, but like a lot.
Right.
Oh, actually, no, hold on.
I don't.
Is China's population like over a billion at this point?
I don't think so. I think.
That can't be right.
I don't think so.
know
I think it's nearing
incredibly
it.
high.
Yeah. I think we might be in like the.
Oh, it is 1.4 billion. Excuse me.
Yo, that's.
That is
Oh my
a lot.
gosh.
It is
What's India
equivalent
at
to
right now?
18.48. So China's population is 18.47 of the world population.
Jeez.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, let me check India's population.
Yeah, because I know between China and India, they've kind of been battling it out a little bit over the past decade
India
or so.
population is 1.3 billion.
Dang,
And in the
okay.
time that I've told you that, 3 people have been born.
Aw.
4.
Good.
5. 6.
Wait, you mean they
Yeah,
just
so it just
keep
keeps counting up at that
living?
rate. But
Yeah.
yeah, India is 17.7% of the total world population.
Interesting. Yeah, because like I said, I know over the past decade or so, maybe 5 years, no, like decade, China and India have kind of been battling it out for who has the for the country with the largest population. Because India held it for a good while, but China kind of came back and apparently is now destroying them.
I mean, well, if you look at the yearly growth rate of like a lot of countries, they're actually going down.
Right. Yeah. 'Cause,
Like I know in the past like 20 to 30 years for India, it looks like it's gone down by like half. So it was originally at like 2 point something percent. Now it's at like 0.99. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like even lower is the growth rate for China. China's at
Yeah.
0.39% growth rate per year,
Yeah. That makes sense.
which I mean is good. That's huge numbers.
Right.
I mean, they would have to plateau at some point. It's just how
Mm-hmm.
populations of any sort work. So,
Yeah.
shout out to the 22 million people that live in Shanghai.
Yeah, shout out to them. How did we get on politics and world population?
We were talking about the benefits of automated investment in the form of Roth IRAs
Right.
and then diversified stock, and the fact that cryptocurrency crashed as a result of China backing out, but the fact that China is such a large part of the world's population. But before that, we were talking about the fact that our lives currently is, you see, we're in this thing, it's called college. And college is, I mean, it's many things to many people. I mean, to some people, it's like a way to get a career. To some people, it's a extraordinarily expensive dating service if you're in the Christian arts. But for a lot of people, if you're doing it right, it's kind of just where you're crushed by enormous amounts of pressure. In just kind of like every area of your life, you're away from your parents for the first time for some people, and you're meeting a lot of new people, and there's a lot of difficult social situations and roommates and life stuff still going on at home while you're away and everything changing. So it's kind of like, like even we're like a couple years into it, but like looking back, it's just like you see a completely different person than before, like going to college, and then the person you are currently. It's crazy how much life experience you get in so little period of time at college. So if it seems like a lot has been going on which has kept us from this, it has. So we will try to get stuff out more consistently, but it is always up in the air, to be fair. So
Yep. There's not much to say about that after that. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels.
Oops, we accidentally, but completely on purpose, did kill the Hex series. I will still recommend that game to anybody who wants to play it. It is a great narrative game, but it is not good for recording, just because it's really hard to make any entertainment value that the game doesn't already provide. It's, like I said, super recommend it. It's a great story. It's a great, like, evening of a game. I think it took me about 6 hours to like fully experience it the first time, but if you like play back through or play it slower, you might get more details. But it's like a long narrative game, and it's like best if you do it all at once. So it's like really hard to kind of make an entertaining video when you like can't cut out the story, essentially.
It doesn't help that it also didn't perform super well. That's not the main reason that we're stopping it, but I think I don't think the Hex is also really hitting the YouTube algorithm just right. So
no, because almost no one did videos on the Hex. Everyone remembers like Pony Island, but no one remembers when the Hex came out. So
right. Yeah, because at least with Life is Strange, well, Life is Strange is kind of getting a bit of a resurgence right now due to
because of the new game.
Yeah, the new game and then the remastered collection. So that's kind of hitting the algorithm a little bit better. And then Squadrons, when we played it especially, was very new. So, yeah. We're not trying to play the algorithm, but, you know, if we can't make an entertaining video and it's not hitting the algorithm, then, you know, what's the point?
Yeah, because at the same time, we're not trying to be, like, huge or anything, but at the same time, if you're, like, putting in the effort and making a video and, like, no one sees it, then it's like, well...
Right.
I mean, at least it has to be enjoyable if we're gonna make it, though. And the Hex is great to play, but just not a great thing for videos. So we'll be looking at what we're gonna be doing next year, trying to think through some other games that we could play as a series. But yeah, we're still kind of figuring that out.
Yeah, if you do have any ideas for games we could play, or other video formats, maybe even, we're looking at maybe branching out a little bit beyond just this sort of podcasting and the gaming. But anyway, if you have any ideas or thoughts, you can always leave them in the comments or tweet them at us now. That's kind of cool. But yeah, we're trying to figure out how we're proceeding next. Except
so we'll. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, the one thing that we do know that we're still doing, or two things I guess that we do know that we're still doing, is that we're still doing Life is Strange, because we've got a good probably 2 or 3 episodes recorded of it already, and if we keep recording well with it, then we'll try to finish the game. So that's still going to go, and then these Kraken Open a Cold ones, we'll still try to do as well, because these are just great for us to just sit down and have a chat with each other,
Yeah, we absolutely just never talk unless it's professionally, because
right.
I don't know if you guys
Well,
know
this
this
is-
off screen. We just can't stand each other.
Right.
We're basically forcing ourselves to be here. So, like,
Yeah,
we're
this is-
making an effort for you, the viewer. Like this, I don't enjoy this. Like this is just for you.
Right, yeah, I can't actually be in a single room with him ever. We have to make sure that we're recording completely separately, even though we live together, you know? I just can't be with him. You make my blood boil, frankly.
Well, I would say that doesn't make any sense because you don't have a heart and it's completely frozen over. If you do,
I have...
one,
No.
so-
You know, I have a heart. I don't have a soul. I have a heart, though. Forget
Well, if you have no soul, you're just an empty void. Like, what are you, a redhead or something? Like, jeez.
No. I'm blonde. It just means I'm stupid. I'm stupid and I don't have a soul. What was the saying that I would tell here?
How is this? Is this supposed to like improve your position beyond what it was? Because is this just a blonde moment you're having here, where you thought like, oh, this sounded really good in my head, or I'll show him I'm blonde actually, and then you're like, hold on, have I in fact decreased my social standing? The answer is
Okay,
yes.
well, no, but no, that's not true, because to say that I'm decreasing my social standing would mean that I would have to have a social standing to begin with, which is entirely false. So, screw you. Wait a minute.
Social planking on a cliff is more like just on the precipice, where at any moment just gone, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, comment or tweet at us about what games you think we should do in the future. But I think that's all we kind of wanted to talk about. So, see you guys next time.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Sushi-To-Go. This is Richard Moss, signing off. Good night.
Though I think I'm probably going to be the only one maybe on I guess we didn't talk about this. I don't know if you even wanted to use our Twitter.
I don't know. I mean, Twitter's a great platform, and I sure hope that out there on Reddit somewhere, there's, you know how there's like perfectly cut screams is like a whole thing. I really want there to be a perfectly cut Twitter posts, and it's just when they're about to finish their like idea, and then they run out of characters, and then they end up having to post it in a second post. But if you just read the first one, it's just completely gibberish until it's clarified.
That's pretty great. That actually reminded me though. There's actually something pretty similar to that. Was this it? Here, let me just share it with you real quick. It's called Our Perfectly Cut Screens.
Screens.
I swear.
Is this screenshots?
It's where it's screenshots where the joke is basically the it being slightly cut out.
Nope, I'm
It's
tweeting
fantastic.
from
I
a
loved it.
phone, and then in the cutout, Twitter for iPhone, barely cut off.
Unvaccinated kids are healthier than vaccinated, only because they can't infect anybody from a coffin. Can you show me where all these dead unvaccinated kids are? I'll wait. Sure, grab a shovel. Sure, grab a shovel's cut off. So good. Such good stuff. Anyway, you might want to check that out later. Sorry for the sidebar.